Like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
Analysis: why South Africa is in a state of disaster because of the power crisis, even for a nation plagued by blackouts since 2008. The prolonged power outages that dogged South Africa for months have been hard to stomach. The problem? Eskom Holdings SOC Limited, the state-owned utility that supplies more than 90% of the country, is unable to keep up with demand from its old and poorly maintained facilities, faced with the risk of the ruling party losing its majority in the 2024 election. President Cyril Ramaphosa has declared a national state of emergency, allowing his government to cut red tape, bypassing hurdles to speed new energy projects and equipment repairs. Losses and poor planning, as well as allegations of mismanagement and corruption, have plagued the utility, which ran into financial difficulties in the early 1980s after it committed to building equipment it didn't need then. In 1994, the rule of the white minority ending in South Africa, the company was unprepared for the sharp increase in demand, as previously neglected areas were connected to the electricity grid. For the next 2 decades, Eskom suffered from unpredictable government decisions and political influence. A lack of generating capacity regularly led to interruptions in the power supply. Eskom executives said the company has not been allowed to charge reasonable electricity rates to cover its costs. Acting Chief Executive Officer Andre de Ruyter has clashed with Guy Mantish, the Energy Secretary, and will be leaving in March. South Africa's central bank forecast economic growth of just 0.3% in 2023, up from 2.5% in 2022, with electricity rationing expected to reduce the growth rate by 2 percentage points. Deliberate outages imposed by Eskom to reduce demand, often lasting for many hours, have impacted water supplies, food safety and hospitals' ability to provide care. These blackouts, the result of a process known as load shedding, which aims to avoid a full-scale grid collapse, are eroding business confidence in a country whose biggest industries, like mining, depend on reliable access to cheap electricity. No. South Africa's reliance on coal, the dirtiest fossil fuel, for 4/5 of its energy, has ramifications beyond its borders. When burned, coal releases almost twice as much carbon dioxide as natural gas. Getting countries to move away from coal is part of the global effort to limit climate change. Companies wanting to build their own power plants no longer need a permit and are allowed to sell their excess power to the grid. In addition, Ramaphosa wants to appoint a new minister to his office who will only take care of strengthening the power supply. A challenge. The ruling party, the African National Congress, is wary of disrupting the coal industry, not least because miners are a key constituency. South Africa has abundant coal deposits, and 90,000 people are employed in mines feeding Eskom stations via conveyor belts. Founded in 1923, Eskom quickly built coal-fired power plants, spurred by the needs of its gold mining industry, the world's largest. In the 1970s, it began building a new fleet of power plants, which remains operational to this day, along with the only nuclear power plant on the African continent. Even with coal in abundance, building more power plants to burn it has been an arduous process over the past decade. In 2007, plans were announced to build 2 huge new coal-fired power plants, Medupi and Kusile, to be completed within 8 years, at a total cost of R$163 billion.